got crossed up, dick in the dirt, then I bounced up. I'll be catching this bitch, fuck around and get moused up. I'll be eating the booty, let's to get it tossed up. Pop trunk, all I had to rob waving goodbye. I'm from Lone Star, sipping lean, we'll pick on pie. I don't play by respect for that, we gon' die. Time and money, so big believe I'ma be on time.
Welcome back to another one. Tons of fun. It's a Koopa. Subscribe. If you like, we found the person we need to find from the last time. It's this cute little girl in here. She's gonna tell us where to go, and then we'll continue on with the quest. Gonna go do some story stuff, get the ceremony on, and then we will head to the ice tower probably at the end of the next episode here. But podcast-wise, Koopa is gonna talk about something that's been on my mind recently. Last couple of days here. We're at the end of June. As of recording, I do upload these way ahead of time, so we are just now finishing the end of version 2. Pretty amazing. I'm very happy. But the thing I wanted to talk about today is evolution. The world's evolution. Yes, because I have noticed this fact about our society, our world, our general landscape of consciousness that we hold here together, Dragon Quest or otherwise. I've thought, and in general, sad thing about life is that people don't respect the evolution. Now, what do I mean by this? It's change. It's, general alterations of goals that people just generally don't see the value in. And not like value as in people don't inherently see if you do something good after you achieve one goal, people will see like a progression evolution, but if you change roles or change goals or change objectives or stray from a different path, everyone sort of looks at you a different way. Especially, and it doesn't really matter, people are still gonna look at you in a different way either way, but especially if you gain success in that first path and then you're changing, people are like, what? And most times what I've noticed in this is that even if you have, whatever results you get from this other path you take, this evolution, of course, what you're doing now, everyone's just gonna compare it to what you previously did. And of course this is gonna happen either way, whether you previously did something bad or previously did something good. The constant comparison of your past to your present, especially when your past is quite extravagant, is usually what drives a lot of people to just end it. Because honestly, in life, we're only really given one chance, one really big opportunity to do something amazing. And then once we do that amazing thing, people just kind of throw you to the sidelines. They're like, well, he's done. Fuck that guy now. Who gives a shit for him? That's the end of his road. And a lot of guys feel like that chance for them has been even taken away. A lot of people just feel like, my time, I had my chance, it was there, I gotta, and now that I've evolved and I'm doing this other thing, everybody, including me, is just thinking about that one thing I did. The one thing I did from long ago. And they can't get over that stupid mind state of comparison. And I truly believe comparison will drive us forward in certain ways, comparison towards ourselves. But it's a different thing when it's not you that's comparing yourself to you. It's other people that are comparing themselves or comparing your past self to you. It's different when it's that kind of thing, So, over here we have our main character, our little Shiraz. She is very cute. In this one, basically we're learning that, Dustin is not the Oracle or the Liberator, whatever the fuck they want to call it. I think the Royal Green Thumb essentially is what we're looking for here. In every you know, realm per se, there's sort of like a main person they're looking for, a main character, if you will, I believe. Except for the last one. The last one goes a little bit differently. But yeah, in this one, they're looking for the green thumb, and they think it's Dustin, and then we're gonna do this ceremony with him, and they're gonna figure out, hey, wait, it is not this fucking idiot. It's the other girl who just did the weird thing with their body. So whenever anybody touches her, she does this thing where, I guess green stuff comes out. I don't really know how to describe that, but I suppose they should have like suspected that the one person in the village that has this crazy interaction with people is the green thumb. Like, how do you not? Really, guys? Yeah, so they need to get the green thumb to make the trees grow again, so they can gather fruit, get the food for the village and whatnot. So we will join them at the ceremony in just a bit, but get back to the topics at hand today. Yeah, as I was saying, it's kind of dark, but I feel like that really is what leads to suicide. I'm not even gonna, like, you know, use the coded language or whatever now. I'm not monetized anyway, so I feel like it's just important to say. You know, we're right at the end of Men's Mental Health Month here at the June 27th here. And although it probably won't be Men's Mental Health Month when I upload this, I do want to say that being an advocate for men and their mental health is a little bit annoying to do as another man, because, well, as another man in my situation, because of the mental disability I have. It's just very hard for me to reach out and actually give, you know, concrete support. But I will say, although the mental health month has passed, I hope to dear God that these videos, these like 30 or so hours of my videos that people watch a month, can really drive someone to just, you know, to take it further, you know, just take it further, just to evolve, no matter what other people say, because that's honestly the only thing we're gonna do in life. And it sucks that it's under so much scrutiny, that people feel like they have to stay stuck in the same place, or else everybody's gonna hate me. But the fact of the matter is, guys, that whether you make the big change or you don't make the big change, people are probably just gonna have the same opinions. They just won't tell you, you know, they'll just say it behind closed doors, or whatever the fuck they do. You know, the people really generally aren't gonna change their opinions of you if you stay in your same lane, or, you know, try something new. We all have our own nature, and I've said this millions of times before, you know, the first 7 seconds is where people form their opinions on you, and generally it's just thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs sideways. That's it. You know, it doesn't change too much over time. And it's gonna be really annoying to hear this message, even on Men's Mental Health Month. It's annoying to me to hear this message, but you know, no one's really coming to save you as far as the support goes. We all are our own gods. We have to collaborate with God, the God in ourselves, to make it through and find what truly sustains us and makes us happy. Because, no one really is coming to save you in this strange world we have. We have to save ourselves, you know, whatever way we can. And we have to find what works for ourselves, whatever that entails of. I know it's very different for everyone. It's very different for me. I don't even know if, like, what I'm doing now really works, you know? Like, I think I went to bed last night at, like, 5, maybe 5:30. And then I woke up at, like, I want to say 9, and then I went back to bed. I woke up at, like, 2 a.m., and then I just kind of started it up. It is now 5 a.m. again now. And I get up, I work out a shitload. Well, not a shitload, I work out, you know, as much as I want to. It's because it's an automatic thing after the stretches. And I do enjoy stretching every morning. So, you know, it's kind of like a cycle from the stretch to workout, and then, you know, the game, make a little music. I usually record these videos early in the morning just because there's nobody at the house, but You know, and this is what really gives me joy. What gives me a sort of sense of found power, because the structure will do that. The slavery, you know, the chosen suffering. You know, a lot of this stuff I don't like doing. As a matter of fact, I'd probably say all of it I don't like doing. I'm honestly pretty fucking sick of this video game too. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. You know, I love Dragon Quest. You know, I've been playing it for almost 3 years now. Basically nonstop. I mean, I do stop it to play other games sometimes, but you know, I usually only play like one other game in the meantime. It gets tiring, and on top of the workout, on top of the creative making, on top of the having to hop on mic and just rat off platitudes, I just get fucking sick of it. I just get fucking sick of it. But if you find things that truly give you power, and you just do them a lot, whether you're sick of them or not, you're just gonna keep doing it. And I'm a huge thinker. I don't like talking to people. I love thinking. So I know if I get into a good enough rut, I can just kind of do stuff without thinking. And that's the goal. That is the goal, to just get up and automatically do quote unquote good things, good habits. You know, because I really don't think. I mean, there are habits that benefit us and the people around us, and there are habits that don't, you know? So that's basically it. There are habits that physically benefit you, and there are habits that physically don't, you know, like gambling, masturbating, drugs, all that shit, you know, maybe not physically benefit you. Mentally, probably, you know, but that stuff isn't really ethereal, so why does it matter? You know, it's all in the physical realm that matters. And honestly, some of that stuff, psychologically down the road, it's that dopamine chase that really kills us, and this whole thing, you know, this whole evolution talk. Because if you think about it, if you get down to brass tacks, that's really what the whole chase for wanting the respect from the evolution in the first place is, you know, the dopamine. This whole reason why we swap vocations in the first place. You know, we're not getting enough from one area. You know, we've achieved what we wanted to achieve in one area. We've drained all the resources from that, right? We move on to the next. So it's natural. It's the natural nature of human beings to, you know, even if it's in the same field, like, you know, back in the day, back in the prehistoric times, you know, like there was the one warrior who's like, I've mastered the spear. Now it's time to master the throwing rock. You know, like whatever it is. It could be the same kind of thing in the same field. Like, for me, the creativity, I'm starting to use AI art and edit it and, you know, make different drawings and visual aspects to these videos as well. And just different evolutions like that can really help you move forward, because dopamine, if you chase it in the same way, it's gonna get less and less and less and less. It's like stale moves in Melee, you know? You cannot just keep drop kicking. You gotta switch moves. You gotta switch moves, Mario. And I think this is a natural process for everyone because of the way people look at it. And it's always this external thing for me. Like, I feel like if I was the last person on Earth, it'd be pretty lit. It would be pretty fucking lit. And I'm not just capping. Really, I'm not just capping. I don't want to say most of my problems have come from other people in the world, because that just sounds very, like, you know, unaccountable type shit. But I'm pretty self-sufficient. And the thing is, you notice when just your relationships are kind of your main flaw. And that's on me as well. Of course, I'm not saying that. You know, who's the common denominator through all this shit, right? You know, it's either me picking them wrong or actively, cultivating. Ooh, excuse me. I had a burp there. Cultivating it wrong, you know? Watering the plants wrong, putting in the wrong soil, you know, giving them the wrong feedback, whatever it is. And I'm noticing it's generally what's giving me my greatest dissatisfaction with life. I feel like the conversations I have with people just aren't conducive to my growth, and that's the main thing I want. It's probably what annoys a lot of people about me. Is that I kind of value that over anything else. I just want to be more authentic, more knowledge, a little bit stronger. I kind of fear the physical strength aspect of myself for a little bit because in general the whole muscle head stereotype or whatever, and I always was like, the grind of working out is such a pain, and I don't want to alienate myself and become a gay guy. And then I became a gay guy. Yeah, so yeah, from a very young age, I always knew that the girls didn't really like the super toned, attractive guys. They don't like that. So I've always been pretty toned. I didn't want to alienate myself from females, but now I'm kind of gay. So yeah, I guess I'll do the buff thing now. And it's all about evolution. A lot of people won't respect that, especially in a guy, like a guy that eventually turns bi. Like, what the fuck are you doing? But if you're looking for a little bit of an explanation for that from me, I have thought about this quite a bit. So, I've introduced myself to maybe the wrong type of porn. It's probably what started the whole train. But when it really gets down to brass tacks, I kind of hate everyone in the world and all of it, and I don't vibe with a lot of humans. So I feel like if I open my gene pool to more potential mates, I'm just gonna have a better chance in the future of someone who doesn't automatically frustrate me in like 2 years and make me never want to associate with anyone ever again. It's just gonna give me a higher probability of actually not dying alone, even though we all do die alone. Just potentially not having like 0 mates for the rest of my life. Because a lot of girls do annoy me, and it's not like a lot of guys don't annoy me, but I like penis. I don't really like how guys look, but physical activity is pretty fun. So that's the thing, guys. The evolution of sexuality is natural in all of us. Like, I feel like through the 10 years of your, unless you have the same partner, even if you have the same partner, I don't know, why would you not experiment? Just figure out what you want. From the 18 to 30 area, you should probably have it locked down. But, figure out what you actually want. I feel like a lot of guys are just so afraid to evolutionary experiment, because I feel like the whole sex thing is the same with the relationship thing, it's the same with the job thing, it's just another attribute, another vocation in your life, So I don't know why people are so afraid. I mean, I guess it's more of the stigmatism, the aspect of, being a little fruity. It's going to give you a lot of social pushback, especially in the music space, the rap space, the black community. A lot of places will push you back. But I've found, if you're not outwardly like a sexual person, which I'm not, some people are pretty annoyed by that. I've come across girls and guys who are outwardly flirty, and I'm like to be outwardly flirty with me, and I'm not a flirty guy. I'm gonna say I'm not a flirty guy, but I don't like to generally throw those things out there unless it's like in a joking state to make someone else happy, because general vulnerabilities like that, they alienate. And I like to bring people together with positive impacts. Whoever it is. So I suppose that's like a safe space thing that I need to get over. Because truly, guys, there are no fucking safe spaces. Nowhere is safe. I know that's a little woke mindset shit, but you have to make yourself a safe space. And through doing that, I sometimes just get rid of my own agency. Because in truth, I have no agency. I really don't care. And a lot of people love to weaponize this or, mirror me back and be like, I don't care too. I'm like, no, you really do though. I'm this weird alien that strictly, you'd be surprised on the shit I do not care about. Which is scary, because a lot of people will put me on the watch because of that shit, but I assure you, I like good endings. Put it like that. But essentially, get back to this evolution topic. Don't be afraid to be yourself. I feel like that's the main problem. And with a lot of these things, people are afraid to evolve into more pure version of their true identity because you just feel the pushback, the congruency, you know, the alienation of society. And I feel that too. Who wants to be left out and not be noticed and, you know, be not acknowledged by anyone? You know, who wants that? The answer is a lot of guys nowadays. A lot of guys nowadays are tired of constantly being put under the spotlight, the scrutiny, you know, whenever we go and talk to someone out there on the street and shit. And I think in general this evolution has become corrupted because everybody thinks, you know, the slippery slope arguments, where, you know, you're gonna do one gay thing and then you're out here just sucking 1,000 dicks, and then it kind of goes to the what do you call it, I'm trying to think of what the word is for homophobia. Yeah, there we go. Homophobia, where guys are so afraid to be like 2% gay, and I'm gonna scare a lot of you guys with this shit, but we're all a little gay. We all got a little gay in us. Sexuality truly is a spectrum, and I'm not saying that just because I'm bi. I believe this before. You know, there was a point where I was afraid of things going in my booty pipe. You know, and to a certain extent, I still am. But at the same time, you know, things should change, because that's the only thing that stays the same. And things can change. A lot of people don't even want to rule in that possibility because, like, evolution is so disrespected. Like, how dare you do something different? How dare you think something different? And that's why I just can't stand people, man. Because they're always looking at that last version of you that was with them. They're always looking at that first 7 seconds that they saw your face. And they're not gonna really get anything else ever, you know? They're really not gonna, you know, they're gonna try the hardest to get something else. They never are. And when people see you 10 years later and they still see that person in you and it's still like right there and that aura is there, they're gonna feel very happy. Now, if they see you 10 years later and you're completely different, they could still be happy, but it's more than likely that they're gonna be off-put. They're gonna be surprised. They're gonna be, you know, like, what the fuck is happening? I don't know this person. Yeah, depending where you were 10 years ago, they could be happy about that. They could be very happy that they don't recognize that person. But usually, they will just be confused. They will just, you know, no one's gonna come in there and just automatically be like, I respect your evolution wherever it is. I love you for you and your essence and your soul. You wanna know why? So you can't fucking see that shit. We cannot see the soul. And we are definitely an aesthetically motivated generation. Okay, so that's about my end of my evolution talk, guys. Never be afraid to reinvent yourself. This is my moral of the story, I suppose, you know. And I don't think it's the fear that really stops us. I think it's the general parameters of life. I mean, you look at this shit, and it doesn't work out well for anyone. You look at like Childish Gambino, his evolution. Some people liked it. Most people were like, nah, go back to rapping. Lil Wayne in his evolution, you know, some would say he fell from grace. Some would say he's trying to become too broad. You know? Nintendo and their evolution to, I guess, a sort of more corporate mindset, although they kind of always were. I'd say the general evolution of Nintendo is going away from their creation era to their IP expulsion area. Not expulsion, but exploitation. I got my X's wrong. Yeah, their IP exploitation era, where they just kind of utilize all of their previous franchises to a ludicrous extent. I don't even know if that's an evolution. I feel like they just, you know, become more and more, more and more disingenuous about it. You know, like, we're trying so hard, we're making the best games ever. Okay. And then Square Enix with their evolution, you know, they evolved away from turn-based games like this to stuff like Final Fantasy 16, and we're now even seeing them go even back to turn-based, because honestly, what the fuck, it's bad. I didn't like 16, but I like turn-based games. You can clearly tell. And then you look at the good old Magic Koopa Mark channel. I know at least one of you motherfuckers have watched that Evolution Worlds playthrough. And who knows, I might go back to Evolution Worlds. But yeah, I used to do just regular basic playthroughs of games that nobody really cares about. But they've always been obscure games. I don't think I'll ever stop doing games that nobody generally plays, because I like value. You know, there's not a lot of people giving you this value on YouTube in English. There are a lot of VTubers playing this game, which I love to watch, from Japan. But you know, there's not too many English channels really giving you that sauce for the Dragon Quest X. And you know, maybe that's for good reason. Perhaps this game really isn't meant for wide consumption. But whatever the case, the evolution of this channel, I feel like generally can be respected. And I feel like, you know, it has for the most part. So I really want to thank you guys for sticking around. You know, we have like triple our subscribers since I've started this game about 6 months ago. And I am eternally grateful for every single one I get. I'm gonna once again let you guys know that once we get to 50 subscribers... Oh, excuse me. Once we get to 50 subscribers, I will start streaming on YouTube. We'll do a party. We'll do a party where I open up my seeds, my blooms, and my flowers. So I have a lot of money to collect. So we'll have a fun time. We'll have some good talks on stream and whatnot. This boss, he's not that hard. He's not that hard. I did get roadblocked on him a little bit before, but we're gonna die on this one. But no worries. What I'm gonna do, see, we're item master right now, and I'm trying to train up this column guy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna get his happiness to 100, and then we're gonna come back as the Sage, super gamer mode on the Sage, and I'm gonna whoop this guy's booty cheeks. Okay, I'm gonna slap his ass twice, 2 times, and then we'll end it after this boss. I feel like well, there's not much else I need to do. Okay, so here we go. We're with the Sage now. Torvald's also level 50. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll give my final thoughts on the evolutions topic here. You know, we've kind of gone through everything. We've kind of, you know, done our rounds and done our things here. Guys, remember, and I want to say this as clear as possible. As clear and concise as possible. There are no peaks. There are no comebacks. Don't call it a comeback. Don't call this the best I'll ever do. Fuck all that shit. If you give yourself a ceiling, you will start falling. So, me personally, I hope I have fucking 0 views for the next 10 years. I'm putting that in writing right now. Because your evolution is your story. It's not the win, you know, it's not the girlfriend you get at the end, you know, it's not the prize you get from your family. Look at that shit. Look at that shit. You gotta love what you're doing while you're doing it. And that's what I'm doing now. I really am having fun with, you know, just the general steps I'm taking every day. to you know, have fun, you know, be the person I want to be. You know, I imagine, what, 10, 20 years from now, still be doing this, still be playing this game. It's honestly a fun creative loop. So that's the thing. You have to find something that you feel like you can loop for a long time, and don't stress on, oh my gosh, it's gonna take forever to find this thing. Who cares, man? Life is long. Life is really fucking long. I'm not even out of the tutorial yet, basically, for life. So, you know, like, chill out. Don't put too much anxiety on making choices. Just make a choice, you know. And if it doesn't work out, guess what you can do later? You just make another choice. And please stop worrying about what other people think about you and your past. That's a trap. It's definitely a trap. Because most times they're not as well. I mean, it's not their life, so duh. They're not as intrinsically invested in it as you know. So they're just saying stuff that might sound good for maybe like a day or two or whatever, but it's not their life, it's yours. And you have a choice to live it. And I'm not telling anybody to stay here longer than they need to. But I'd like you to stay here. You know, you're watching this video, so you're very helpful to me. Anyone who loves Dragon Quest, I feel like you have a special place on this earth and off this earth. So, keep on fighting, guys. Keep on booming. Keep on shooting. And keep on grooving. With you, Cummy Boy. Good old Frosty. Yeah, I don't know if I ever defeat my Cummy Boys, but you know, that's another story. Oh my. Okay. We'll watch this cutscene next time, guys. I love you. I'll see you later. Subscribe. I'll see you next time.